Mad.
White.
Militancy.
Lesbian.
Somebody who just stands up for herself.
A normal person.
That's a tough one.
You know what's really bothering me is that word.
Feminism is the principle that women should have political, economic, and social rights equal to those of men, and B, the movement to win such rights for women.
What do you think about feminism?
Communism.
No, feminism.
It has to do with women's rights.
It's a kind of philosophy that sees where there's inequality. Because if you see inequality between men and women, how can you not see inequality between race, between classes, and, whatever else?
Feminism asks the world
to recognize at long last
that women aren't decorative ornaments,
worthy vessels,
members of a special interest group.
They are half
of the national population.
It's hard to pin down exactly what feminism is because it means a lot of different things to a lot of different people.
When I think of feminism, I think of women working together, working towards a common goal and a commitment towards each other.
I guess it would stand for women's rights, or at least their movement towards gaining a little bit more equality.
Women thinking for themselves and not letting other people do the thinking.
It's your right to be me. The feminist agenda is about a socialist, anti-family political movement that encourages women to leave their husbands, kill their children, practice witchcraft, destroy capitalism, and become lesbians.
Feminism is the balance of yin-yang energy flow running through a human being.
I would define it as a lens that I use to make my judgments about people, about situations, about politics, about values.
Feminism means to me the struggle for liberation of all peoples. Feminism, of course, puts a focus on women, and I have no problem with that. That's the way I like it, putting women at the forefront of that struggle.
Feminism is the political theory and practice to free all women.
Women of color,
Working class women,
poor women,
physically challenged women,
lesbians,
old women,
as well as white, economically privileged, heterosexual women.
I would consider myself a feminist.
Yeah, I guess I am.
I just don't think about it, whether I am or am I not, unless someone actually confronts me and then I go, that's an interesting question.
I'm proud to say I'm a feminist.
I, myself,
have never been
able to find out
precisely what
feminism is.
I
only
know that people call
me
a
feminist
whenever I express
sentiments
that
differentiate
me from a
doormat.
I don't call myself a feminist, but I am for women's rights.
Anybody could be one, or is one.
What I grew up around were women that you called strong women, mujeres que no se dejan, women who don't let themselves be taken advantage of. But just I think a lot of times feminism doesn't recognize that there are already other words in existence.
You know, it just kind of makes me, go like this. Even though sometimes, for lack of a better word, I would describe myself as a black feminist. But if I had other words, then I would probably describe myself in another way.
If the feminist movement
does not address itself
to issues of race,
class,
and imperialism.
It cannot be relevant
to alleviating the oppression
of most of the women of the world.
I think it's just natural for us to do that as men, to support the struggle and not to try to stop it.
I'm aware of problems women face, money problems, but it hasn't affected me yet, so I don't have a really strong opinion on it.
Feminism at its root was false. They had a false assumption to it, that men and women are basically the same and should be treated the same. But there's all sorts of real biological differences between men and women that feminism refused to take into account.
I'm not sure if it'd be right to define myself as a feminist so much as supportive of a lot of the ideas that come out of the feminist movement.
For feminism, yes, there's a benefit to it. There's a need for awareness, for equal opportunity, but extremism can be dangerous.
Feminism is
a method of approaching life and politics,
A way of asking questions,
than searching for answers, rather than a set of political conclusions.
About the oppression of women.
Everyone has a sister, a mother, an aunt, a grandma, and it's just, but not just to include women, but also to include men. It's just like, I think that we could all find some similarities and common ground.
People have asked me on many occasions, are you black first, or are you a feminist? Or are you a woman first? And when the struggle happens, where you gonna stand, kind of thing. And I always have to say that, again, I am a black woman. Every day, 24/7, 365. I'm a black woman every day. So if I can't fight those two things, then I don't see how I'm going to live.
There is and must be
a diversity of feminisms, responsive to the different needs and concerns of different women,
and defined
by them
for themselves.
If I don't say I'm a feminist, it's sort of like saying, I think that it's not important enough, that I'm afraid of what people will think if I say that I am.
Now that I'm thinking about it some more, I guess I can call myself a feminist. But, it just seems like there's so many definitions of it, and maybe mine is one of the definitions for feminism.
I grew up with, 3 generations of women in my house. Maybe a little biased.
I got love from my community, and so I was not curbed. Like, people didn't spend time telling me that I couldn't do it because I was a girl.